Okay, and then another question I had is, with these pipelines, they want to go, through the greenways and, across rural areas. I know they have existing paths, like up in the Lee line runs from Williamsport over towards, I guess, like, New York somewhere. And
then south of Trenton and then back across.
Yeah, there's a number of pipelines there. I guess they have, like, some of them. It appears like some of the maps I've seen, like maybe there's 3 or 4 different lines in the ground. And once FERC gives them approval to put the first pipeline in, do they have to go back to FERC for the second pipeline, or can they just, so they will need to continuously get FERC approval for additional lines?
Yes.
But the fact that they have an existing right-of-way makes it even sweeter a deal that they're going to get permission to do another pipeline.
Because
What's the right-of-way?
Well, you reach a certain point, though, if they keep putting more and more pipelines in the ground on your property, and the right-of-way grows from, say, 50 feet to 75 feet to 100 feet, they've rendered your land basically, unusable. So you'll never be able to build there, never be able to plant deep-rooted crops, Christmas trees, grapes. Yeah, it's just wrong.
150 feet.
And the way it's got one stuff at Pause and said 600 feet. I don't know how many people heard her say that. 600 feet.
That's the survey they do. That's
The corridor or
survey.
something.
The corridor, survey corridor. No, the permanent right of way is 50 feet.
And to answer your question about other subsequent pipelines, with Atlantic Sunrise, it includes pipelines along the existing one as well. It's called looping, which is basically just they add in another line right next to the existing line. Actually, you have that on your land.
The Cabin property in Clinton County is along with the proposed part of this project, the Chapman Loop. So that's what really brought me into this. They smacked me at home and then they smacked me at where I go to get away from it all.
So in terms of this route, even if you don't see necessarily a whole nother line along the entire thing, one of the, just as we're kind of talking about, they can just put this pipeline along existing, route. Well, that's what would happen then if this line was in place. Other people, as they were getting pipelines, saying, why don't you just build up existing routes? And this would be an existing route that would most likely get looping. That's what we're seeing along the Lighty line. That's what we're seeing along Tennessee Gas Pipeline. A 15 additional miles here, 10 additional miles here, that kind of buildup is generally what happens once you have a new right-of-way. You begin getting more and more looping of pipelines.
And this new pipeline will be maxed out immediately. So as more wells get drilled, guess what they'll have to do? And guess who's giving them easement, and here's where we're going to go. So it's really, I can't prove it, but common sense, and the way business works, tells me there'll be more pipelines.
As far as like the lines go, why couldn't they follow like our interstate? Like stay down at the middle in like I-81 or Interstate 80, there's a median between both highways. Why couldn't the government, state or federal, encourage these pipeline companies to put those lines there, where it really doesn't impact private landowners?
So the pipeline safety federally is regulated by the U.S. Department of Transportation because we're transporting fuel. And within U.S. DOT is an organization called PHMSA, Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration. PHMSA actually is encouraging and is trying to come up with mandates. Of course, all they can do is recommend, but they are recommending co-location along highways rather than using more open space.
Yeah, my God, on Interstate 80, there's a huge median between it. You run down the middle of the road between, both lanes or off to the side. I'm sure that for this, large highways, interstate highways, there's probably right of way over 100 feet off of them. And put it there.
Sure.
And that way you're not impacting everybody in this
Exactly. Exactly. The problem is PHMSA doesn't have any teeth. They don't have the authority to mandate. All they can do is recommend. And the gas and oil industry has a culture that they're really not comfortable getting out of. This is a new culture where we're trying to encourage, in this industry, and it's a tough one for them to swallow.
My guess is it'll be a lot more expensive, like, just like you said, in terms of state land, most likely, that easement for the highway, they would have to pay every year X amount of dollars, $200 a foot along the entire route every single year. And so in order to offer somebody in Columbia County, a $10,000 payment one time, it's a much cheaper deal.
Oh, yeah, it's a sweetheart deal for them, to cross our land and not pay the state rate that, or maybe a federal rate. But then that's, could be additional tax dollars that could be used for infrastructure, for the highways or bridges or whatever, which only makes sense. But, I have another question, two more, and then I'll let these other people speak.
You're welcome to ask your question. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I was just curious, how many more people maybe intend to speak that haven't spoken already? All right, so maybe if we get through these last three speakers, then we can formally conclude. But if anybody has any lingering questions, you're welcome to hang out afterwards and ask signed votes or
The other question I had was with the pipeline. With the pipeline, could they then, right now they're transporting natural gas in there, could they switch it over to liquid petroleum and pump gasoline or diesel fuel through them? And
They can change the type of fuel and they can change the direction.
so they could pump chemicals through there, anything, hydrochloric acid, or, maybe not that, but I'm just curious if they could put other types of, fuels through these pipelines, which could be, affect the environment, and it could impact our local communities as far as, hazard mitigation, how would our fire companies and that, respond to an incident? Would Williams then be obligated to report to our communities what's going through the line, natural gas, gasoline, diesel?
They would be obligated to report that to your emergency services department.
And my final question is abandonment. Like say, I don't know, 50 years from now, probably long after all days long, there's no more natural gas up north. Will Williams be responsible, or a company that maybe succeeds them in operating a pipeline be responsible for removing it? If they abandon a line, will they be mandated to pull it out of the ground?
Typically, they don't pull it out of the ground. Typically, they clean it out and basically close it.
And then we'll let the right of way go back to the actual, trees and shrubbery or whatever. Thank you.
At both of those points, you can negotiate, in their contract. You can say, I do not want X, Y, Z chemicals, or this should only be to have natural gas. It doesn't mean that you'll get that, but that's something that is a negotiating point, is saying, we as landowners only want natural gas in this pipeline. We don't want it converted over to, other types of fuels, what have you. And as well as abandonment, those are all things on the back of the primer, on the back of the Know Your Rights for Landowners, that's one of the conditions that you can negotiate, is if they ever abandon the pipeline, what are the next steps? And then you can have that all in writing for what Williams will then do.
Would it be better to band together with your neighbors to try to get,
Yes.
everybody in concert,
Yes.
as far as if they're gonna abandon the line, we all want it out of the ground?
For negotiating, that's always better, yes.
Always negotiate.
Okay, hopefully this will be short. I think both of you mentioned this topic, and I'm kind of concerned now what you guys both said. You mentioned that when a gas line is in, you have to worry about insurance. My understanding, and usually by the laws, like ignorance of the laws, like it doesn't apply. But with my understanding that if they have the gas line in, and there's a problem and there's an explosion, I'm liable? Or do I have to go out and get insurance? What does this cost me?
From our experience, no, you are not liable. That's our experience.
Okay.
The pipeline company is liable, and in fact, if you're still alive, you can sue them.
Yeah, correct. So there's really nothing that a landowner has to worry about as far as I have to go out and get additional insurance for liability or anything else. I have to do nothing of that.
Not that we know.
Okay.
I wish that Melinda Clatterbuck was here, because that is not what she was told by her insurance company. And it's been very hard to pin down. Obviously, Dave had something to say about that, but
Yeah,
we have heard differently.
I spent a couple of days on that, and the insurance companies are heading and have already promoted that you get another policy. You get
Well, of
another
course, the
right.
insurance company's gonna say that because they want more money, but from a true legality, liability perspective, I'm not liable.
I will check with our attorney.
Okay?
But the answer is that there are 10 different answers to that. You know, Williams has an answer, everybody has a different answer to that.
Yeah.
And you really need to talk to the underwriters, not your agent. You need to talk to the people that are writing the policy and get that answer. Because I've heard so many, to be honest, I've heard so many different stories and takes on that. And they don't want to get pinned down on an answer, so you really need to find out for
Yeah, I
yourself.
was gonna give you a call.
And again, get it in writing in the contract. That's all stuff that is negotiable.
Hi, my name is Nancy, I'm from Lebanon County, and thank you to everybody. We're still at, 13 after 9. I just very quickly wanted to say, to confirm, you are not alone. We are working on this in Lebanon County as well. And I'll just share one issue we're working on, which Linda is familiar with. We want to have an open forum question and answer session with William. If you saw at your open house, you don't get that, and we've been working toward that. Our county commissioners agreed with us and sent an official letter to Williams, and that was over a month ago, and Williams has not responded to that letter. And our senator, our local senator, is sending a letter on Monday. So we're going to see if they're going to listen to our senator's request, because a lot of people, I'm sure you included, would really like to hear the same questions and answers from Williams at the same time, and they just won't do that. So I would urge you to maybe consider trying to do that as well, because we need to put the pressure on them for that, so that we all get the same answers, and that they have to answer the hard questions that we want to ask them. We are doing our FERC comments. We're doing our due diligence with that, but quite honestly, we also feel that that is not going to help us much. My personal experience after 3 years of working on issues has been that FERC comments haven't really done anything to change anything, sorry. Not in my experience. So we're really looking at community rights as well. And I just wanted to address what Tim said about it being scary, because it is. However, consider the fact that if a lot of communities along the pipeline do this, the impact that will have. I know they've got 3, well, I don't know how many, but 2 for sure, that really look like good prospects. We have 2 townships in our county that we think will be very good prospects for this. In the end, it's up to the citizens to figure out, if that's what they want to do with them. But if we have communities all along this pipeline that are doing community rights, it's going to be a lot tougher for them to say, well, we're going to sue you all. So it's really something to think about with the community rights issue. So I thought I'd keep it short. One other thing, Dave asked me to announce that Shell Justice has guard signs for anyone who would specifically say no pipeline, and I guess have Shell Justice on them. We all along the pipeline have signs that look the same. We modeled ours after Lancaster, who designed theirs first. Ours look pretty much the same, but have Lebanon County information, and Shell Justice has done the same. So it's kind of cool, because I know when we drive up, we have a cabin in Sullivan County, surrounded by gas wells. And when we drive up, we saw somebody with no pipelines on a sign in Buckhorn, and I thought that was just really cool. So if you're interested, see Dave or Susan.
I just want to say one thing, and then I got to drive to southern Lancaster County, and I like to talk about legacy, and I like to ask people, we're all focused on this pipeline that's in our yard. Please consider what is at either end of this pipeline. Exports, what does that mean for our nation's security, our nation's financial stability, global stability? The northern end of this pipeline, what does it mean when we encourage and enable more fracking and more destruction in our state forests and the areas of Marcellus Shale? Because this pipeline is about that. The pipeline can't be there if they're not there. They can't be there if the pipeline's not there. And then think about our legacy. In Lancaster County, think about not beautiful farmlands and trees, but think about compressor stations, valving stations, natural gas, electrical generating stations, whatever. And think about what are we leaving for our children. And I don't know if our township supervisors are still here, but your leaders and you people in this room tonight can be the people that make that change. And this is our opportunity. We all talk about change. It's an opportunity. Let's do it. But we need each other's help. That's why I'm here tonight. I'm here to ask you, please help us in Lancaster County. Please help us in Lebanon County, and we will help you. And we're not taking money out of anyone's pocket. We're not hurting our country. We're actually helping our country, and we're helping each other. Please consider getting involved and following the lead of Lancaster County, Lebanon County, and organizing and considering these community rights ordinances. Thank you.
Okay, I'll make this quick. My name is John Walker. Appreciate your comments. I just want to say a couple of things. The information you gave me about the mine fire field, I've got to talk to you about that because I think that's important. The Nebraska Supreme Court passed a law said the townships had to reduce assessments if they lived near a factory farm. The same could be said, just what Tim said earlier. Supervisors will be less inclined to dismiss you if you tell them that they are going to have to lower property values if this happens. And there is an aquifer underneath the area where this pipeline is supposed to go, down the west side of Columbia County. The aquifer's 20 feet to 200 feet, different heights in different places, the lay of the land. That's one thing that we are going to have to, I'll put that in my statement too, but that's a really important thing. This injection wells in Oklahoma, in the last 5 years, they've had a 40-fold increase in the number of earthquakes as opposed to the previous 31 years. They've had 40-fold more earthquakes. And they are blaming it on injection wells. Pennsylvania has, I believe, 10 injection wells approved and working and 2 permit supply. And we've got to stop the injection wells as well. The aquifer business is in a publication by Penn State University on groundwater, and it's under a place where the pipeline would be. So we've heard a lot of things here tonight that, you know, maybe they won't happen, but maybe they will. And Peter made some suggestions at the FERC meeting. I've done a little work on Indians. I can't find much because his township wasn't a township until 1893, and the history of that Columbia County was written in 1887. So I can't find anything on
Oh, there's
Indians.
Bell's history from,
What's that?
Bell's history from the late 1800s. You know, Northumberland County goes back to the 1700s. It actually, Columbia County was part of Northumberland
Yes.
County at one time. And my ancestors have lived in Barragac since 1837. This property where they run this pipeline through has been in probably 5 or some, like maybe the 6th generation that's, you know, owned this land. And, you know, we tended to care for that property. And to have somebody come through and just say they're going to take it from us and run this line through there, it's just disgusting. It really does.
We are going to try, Wendy is going to try to do some stories about people, and it so happens that I think I would like you to talk to her about your story. And Knowles, who are down a little further.
Yeah, they're my neighbors. Justin, who is the
have-
former CEO over at the Merck plant in Danville, he was my neighbor. He was against.
They have a story to tell all about Special Olympics and about what's going to happen to their business, their driving school business. But we're going to try to get stories like that out and around. That's all. I think that's all I have. The supervisors, and what my wife said earlier, we've got to get to the supervisors and commissioners and touch a nerve somehow so that they will do more than hide their heads. Thank you.
Okay. To conclude this evening, I would just like to tell those of you hardy souls who have remained, a little bit about SOC and what we do. SOC is short for Shale Field Organizing Committee, and the way we see ourselves involved in this process is we've committed to talking to every single landowner along the route through Columbia County, and we're in the process of doing that. It can be tricky, but we will do it, and generally we want to make sure that all landowners and everybody who has questions or concerns about the pipeline has all the information and support that they need, so please think of us as a resource. We've been distributing our contact information. You're more than welcome to get in contact with us for any reason. And also, we would like to coordinate strategy. We've heard a lot of different strategies thrown out for people who are interested in resisting the pipeline, including a community bill of rights, perhaps an open forum where we subject it to questions. And at the FERC hearing at Bloomsburg University, a lot of people mentioned sit-ins, and that's kind of an interesting idea. So my colleagues will now pass out commitment cards, which you all are welcome to fill out. This is what it looks like. And it has different sort of levels of commitment that you can check, including writing a letter to the editor, requesting that your township officials oppose the pipeline, signing a petition in opposition to the pipeline, which is on the back, and also signing a landowner permission to denial of claims to come on their property, which are available over there at that table. So my friends are going to come around and give those to you. You're also welcome to put your email address and phone number on the back if you want to stay in contact with us about this. And yes, and finally, please donate to us, because we operate on a shoestring budget, and we have received money from Clean Air Council to do this work, but there's a lot more work to be done, and we really want to scale up our efforts in Columbia County, so if you could please donate on their way out, we'd most appreciate it. And thank you all for coming. Thanks to those who spoke, and thank you very much for coming here, dear friends, and providing your wisdom where it's definitely needed. Do feel free to hang out and fraternize and help us put your...
Thank you. We're coming up to your cabin. We're coming up to your cabin.
Good luck. You know that?
Huh?